On Tuesday evening, about 8:28 p.m. Eastern time, a system used by the Federal Aviation Administration to alert pilots about um, anything that could have an adverse impact on flight, everything from potential icing to a runway closure to a navigation beacon being out of service. That system stopped taking new updates, according to the FAA. Overnight, they were able to keep planes taking off using a backup phone system. But as more and more flights started getting into the system, by Wednesday morning, that system got overwhelmed. And early Wednesday morning, the FAA issued a temporary ground stop for all takeoffs in the U.S. by commercial and private aircraft for a couple of hours until the system was able to get back online. It is a system that you input the airport you're flying to or you're flying out of before you take off, and pilots are required to consult NOTAMs, as they're called, before every flight, legally required before they take off to consult NOTAMs, the place of departure, place of arrival, and en route NOTAMs. So when that system goes down, that can bring air transport, as we saw today, to a very quick halt. I can't recall an outage like this, or maybe temporary ones. The issue wasn't that the entire system went down; is that it stopped processing new inputs. And for a system like this, that's critical to the safety of flight, is how air traffic controllers let people know if they have to close a runway. That that can have some significant impacts, which is why you saw the FAA take that sort of extreme step to put that ground stop in place. Certainly, we've already heard from lawmakers on Capitol Hill that that there should be clear backup systems in place for critical safety of flight systems like the NOTAM system. And that clearly wasn't up to capacity, couldn't handle the capacity. The FAA has been in the midst of a decade plus modernization across the entire air traffic control system, from radars to how flights are traverse airspace, to how individual airplanes are given expected departure and taxi times to try to streamline the system and reduce delays. A lot of those have already gone into effect. The NOTAM system's also been upgraded itself. So it kind of depends on where the specific flaw was here, what was the specific error that went wrong that will sort of determine what has to happen for that system. Does it need to be upgraded? Does it need to be changed? But certainly on the backup side of things, that question is certainly a live ball. Why wasn't there a more robust backup system in place for this critical system?